What about love and relationships? What are some of the challenges of that? And, there's a show, Love on the Spectrum.
I've heard of it. I've not seen it, but I've heard of it.
Because certain aspects, like literal interpretation of things, it just makes the complexity of relationships, of romantic relationships, even more explicit in that context.
I've been married 31 years and together for 37, so a long history there. And I think our first indication that we knew we were very different was we were sitting in the car one night out front of the house at dark, and across the street, there's kind of a nice house that has these big brick pillars that are linked by like anchor chains, and it forms a fence around the yard. And I'm looking at these things because they're about 2 feet square, and I got a capstone, and I'm like, I wonder if they're hollow or are they backfilled? Are they filled with concrete or what? And my now wife looks at me and she's like, "What's wrong with you? Why do you have a place in your head that cares about that?"
Yeah,
And we
that's
just
great.
knew in the moment that I was passionately involved in caring, and she was passionately involved in why would you even worry about that kind of thing. We knew we were very different. So
Yeah, very specific, seemingly irrelevant details.
but I was never good with people. I don't get it when people like me, I guess. And so and my son is the same way because they all don't fall very far from the tree. And I got him a T-shirt that says, "If you're hitting on me, please let me know and be specific because I'm clueless." And it's very similar for me. I mean, I had to be around a long time and kind of grow on people because I had no game, because I had no ability to do the social dances that whole thing requires. So my only option is to just be myself, and that works for some people.
Were you able to say like I love you, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, her family was way more open with that kind of thing than mine was. And so it was a growing period for me. But yeah, it's not a problem I have.
Okay. All right. But it seems like unimportant. Like, what is that actually accomplishing?
Well, now we do a lot of affirmation and checking. Like in the last couple of years, we do a thing where she'll just be like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." And there's 2 steps to that. There's the "Are you good?" And then there's my response. Because if I'm like, "Yeah," she knows something's up.
Yeah.
And so there's always just pinging back and forth because there's not the ability to read people just from looking at them to know what's going on. So we have this explicit check mechanism, I think, where we've developed that.
So there's a vast chasm between yeah and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's subtlety of human communication.